Hey orchestra students, welcome to lesson 17 for the year. Today we're going to be learning about eighth notes and we're going to be learning a song called Allegro. What you'll need for class is of course your instrument, your bow, your music stand. You'll also need your book and access to Packet 3 on Google Classroom. So please take a moment, gather what you need, and then let's get started. Let's pick up our bows. Right away, we're holding our bow at the frog like we learned last week. Cellists, I want to see your pinky covering that eyelet. Twin fingers draped down, and everybody's taking their thumb, bending the thumb, and putting it in what I call the nuzzle nook, this little place between the grip and the start of the frog. So let's hold our bow vertically up and down. Can you make sure that you have a nice open space here? Sometimes what I see with beginners is this kind of collapsing down to the side. We want to keep it nice and open, almost like a straight EWP, elbow, wrist, pinky. With your bow in the air, and I'll just remind my violinists to put their pinky on top of the stick. Let's do a bow pattern together. Can you please bow with me? Down, up, down, up, down, up. Ready and go. Down, up, down, up, down, up. This time, can you say, do, day, do, day, do, do. Ready and say, do, day, do, day, do, do. This last time, can you please say number counting? We're going to say 1 and 2 and 3, 4 while we bow. Ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Pause right there. Let's pick up our instruments and we'll try that pattern on an open string. All right, let's start on our D string today. We're going to play that same pattern that we just air bowed. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Put your bow in the lower part of the bow. See how I'm kind of close to the frog? We'll call this the low third of the bow. Place your bow in the low third, in the sweet spot. Let's open from our elbow. Ready and go. Pause. Let's try that again. Ready, set, and here we go. Roll to your A string. Let's try the same pattern. You may recognize it as peanut butter sandwich. Ready and go. A. When you're playing this pattern, can you please use a short bow first? Short, 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 and then long, long. Open from the elbow. On the A string, please. Ready and go. Very nice. Now let's try with our books, open to page 20. You may want to pause, get your book on page 20. And we're going to play Rhythm Rap number 66 at the top of the page. There's no note name given to us. It's kind of a blank situation. We get to decide what note we want to play. Let's play our open D and follow the rhythm pattern for number 66. Put your bow in the low third. This is our lower third of the bow here. On the D string, let's bow the rhythms that we see. 1 and 2 and 3, go. Rest. The last note is a rest. Make sure you're paying attention to that music notation. Going on to number 67, it's called Pepperoni Pizza. The first note is going to be your high D that we've learned together. Go on to your A string. Cellists are going to put their 4 fingers down. Violinists are going to have 3 fingers down. And let's play the song Pepperoni Pizza. We're going to lift off our fingers as we move down the notes of this song. Bow in the low third. Same rhythm pattern. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Rest. thinking pepperoni pizza, or 1 and 2 and 3, 4, or do-day, do-day, do-do. Let's try it again. Starting on your high D, put your bow in the low third. Please check for an open space next to the side of your hand and your pinky. Too often we see students collapsing to the side. No, keep it open, straight line with your forearm. Setting up your high D, ready, 67. 1 and 2, and here we go. Rest. The next song is called Rhythm Rap 68. Let's put our bow in the air. Look at your notation, and let's bow and say the counting that we see. Ready, set, bow in the air, and say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3. Rest on 4. Thank you. Let's bow that pattern on an open string. Can we bow it this time on our open D? Let's do Rhythm Rap 68. Put that bow in the low third, open space to the side of the hand. Eyes on the music, 68. Ready, set, open D, and go. Rest. The last one's a rest. So in this type of a bowing style, you're going to go down and then up, down in the upper part of the bow, and then up, go back to the lower third, down, up, down, chugga, up, chugga, down, chugga, up. So you're exploring the different parts of the bow. You're exploring the lower third, which is close to the frog. You're traveling through the middle, and then you're exploring the upper third as well. Take a look at number 69. It's called D major scale up. Ooh, we know the D major scale from last class. We're going to start on our open D, and we're going to play D, 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 E, 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 F, 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 G, so on and so forth, adding our fingers and doing this bowing pattern. Down, chugga, up, chugga. Put your bow in the low third. Hover your first finger. We're on the D string. And let's go. Number 69, D major scale up. Ready, set, and here we go. Rest. If you played, it's a common mistake, a common pitfall. It means that you were guessing instead of reading the notation. Let's play it again. Number 69, D major scale up. Please start in the lower third of the bow. Ready, set, read the music. Rest. All right. So for your bookwork this week, I want you to practice 66, 67, 68, 69, and you're working on bowing quarter notes and eighth notes. Let's switch over to our packet number 3. We're going to learn a song called Allegro in packet number 3. Let's review something called a bow lift before we play. Hold your bow out in front of you like so. Pull a down bow in the air, and lift and circle it back up to where you started from. Down, circle it back, down, circle it back. Let's do that on an open D, starting in the low third of the bow. Circle out and away, and then back down. Out and away, back to the lower third. As you're doing this, please make sure that you're landing steady and calm with the bow. Calm landing, no bouncing. That's our bow lift, and the faster it goes, the smaller the arm motion you want to use. So you don't need to do like this grandiose, huge arm motion. We want to keep it pretty efficient and graceful. Listen while I play the beginning of Allegro, and you can watch for when I do my bow lift. There's two bow lifts there. They happen at the end of the line. You'll see them marked in the notation with like a little comma or apostrophe. So this song uses quarter notes and eighth notes. Do, 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 day, do, day, do, do. Just like we learned in our bookwork, we're starting to recognize what eighth notes look like. They're a little tricky to navigate. Can you come into playing position? We got to move our left-hand fingers kind of fast here. On the A string, put your first finger down. That's our B. Let's just finger silently. B, C sharp, D, B. B, C, D, B. Just finger along silently. Cellists would be going 1, 3, 4, 1 on the A string. Let's do that 3 times in a row with just our left hand silent. Ready and go now. Again. Last time, B, C, D, B. Very good. Let's try bowing it. A little bit slower. B, C sharp, D, B. Again. A little faster. As I'm going faster, I'm going to use a smaller amount of bow, and I'm going to stay in our balance point region of the bow. I'm not going to go out at the tip, and I'm definitely not going to use my whole bow. Now let's add the open A after that. Right? Kind of like our opening exercises, we were going like do, day, do, day, do, do. Oh, we have that same pattern here. Let's do it one more time. B, C, D, B, A, ready, and go. Okay, let's find the next eighth note section in the song. It's E, D, E, F's. Let's finger silently on the instrument. First finger on the D string. 1, 0, 1, then F sharp. Cellists, you'll be going 1, 0, 1, 3. Violins, 1, 0, 1, 2. Finger it silently with me 3 times. Ready, go. E, D, E, F's. Just your left hand, please. E, D, E, F's. Last time, left hand only. E, D, E, F's. Let's bow it. Bowing starting in the low third. Ready, go. Again. Opening from your elbow a little faster. A little faster still. A teensy bit faster with a smaller bow. Whoops. You heard me do a little hiccup. That hiccup sound happens when our bow isn't quite perfectly coordinated with the movement of our left-hand fingers, and that happens sometimes. Let's add the open D and a bow lift after that. I'm going to play E, D, E, F's, D, lift and set. Lift, set. Can we try that together? Ready and go now. Lift, set. Go to rest position, please. So I want to play the whole first 2 lines with you. Students, we're going to do some call and response. I'll play the first measure, and you'll respond with the second measure. I'll play the third measure, and you'll respond with the fourth. And we'll go on like that. Okay, let's come into playing position. It's my turn first. Your turn. B, C, D, B, A, my turn. Your turn. E, D, pause for a second, come into rest position. That brings us up to our third line of the song, which is something a little bit different. It might be marked dolce in your music. That's the Italian word for sweetly. Oh, we want to make our most beautiful sweet sound. There's also maybe a letter P in fancy cursive. That means piano or piano, and it means to play softly. So we'll move our arm really lightly. Listen while I play the third line of Allegro. And lift and reset. There's another symbol at the end of that third line. It's called a fermata. It's this like umbrella with a dot, and that means the performer gets to hold the note extra long for dramatic effect. So I'll play that spot for you again so you can hear the fermata. Fermata, hold, lift and reset, and the last line is just the same as the beginning. So I'm going to have you pause and practice and fill in all the missing gaps for the notes of the first line theme. The second line is a repeat of the first line. Third line is something different, new and sweet and beautiful and light sounding. And then the last line is just like the beginning again. So please pause and practice all of Allegro, and when you're ready to come back, we'll do a playthrough together. Playthrough of Allegro. Let's do a slow version first. 1, 2, ready, and go. And finally, let's do a fast playthrough of Allegro. Allegro in Italian means fast and lively. So we could work towards this faster speed. You may want to bow really small bows on your open D just to practice the speed ahead of time. See how small of a bow I'm using. Let's try it at a fast tempo. 1, 2, ready, go. That concludes lesson 17. Happy practicing, everybody. Happy March Madness. See you next time.